welcome to episode 335 of Good Luck High Five.
That's right. You're listening to a podcast that's for you if you play the game of Magic, whether you're sitting at home, jamming arena, or heading out to your local game store.
I'm one of your hosts, Maria.
I'm another one of your hosts, Megan.
And our show this week is full of fun guests.
That's right. Some of them expected.
Some of them unexpected.
That's right.
And one of them is not Ghost Host, because Ghost Host is always with us.
That's right. Ghost Host is not a guest. Ghost Host is simply a host,
of the show. Ghost Host, by the way, it's been a while since you've talked on the show. Do you want to say anything?
What a weirdo.
Such a joker.
But I imagine that, being a ghost would maybe make you a little stranger than you were beforehand.
I mean, you're so old.
Yeah.
It's just like the Twilight thing. If you read Twilight, that vampire is like hundreds of years old hanging out with high schoolers.
Maria, you're making this reference 4 years too late.
I know, but it still weirds me out.
All right, yeah.
Sometimes I just remember it.
You're not wrong.
I think what it was is I was watching What We Do in the Shadows, the new FX show version of the movie.
I've heard that it's great.
It is very good. And I was thinking about it then again, and I was like, you're all like 500.
Yeah, it's true.
You would not be interested probably in talking to anybody who was 400 or younger.
I haven't seen any of the show. My favorite part of the movie is when they're all, in case you haven't watched it, one, you really should. Two, it's about a bunch of a household of vampires.
A house of vampires.
A house of vampires. It's like they're all getting ready to go out, but they can't see themselves in the mirror because they're vampires. So they draw really bad pictures of one another for each other to show them what their outfits look like.
So good.
It's really funny. Anyways.
But I don't remember how we got on this tangent, but we've got lots of fun guests on the show.
Yes.
We're going to talk to Erin Yaritz, who is the head of the Lady Planeswalkers Society here in the Twin Cities area. Mm-hmm. And if you've ever thought about starting a chapter, joining a chapter, or just want to know more about how to connect with other people who play the game that are like you can check out Lady Planeswalkers Society.
Our other guest is going to be a mystery, so that for you, like for us, it is a surprise.
We're also going to talk about a Magic Core Set 2020. We got some sweet preview cards that have been rolling out for the set. And can I just say something, Megan?
What?
Will you please just let me say something?
No.
All right. I'm going to say it anyway.
Wow. I told you that you shouldn't. So.
No, this set looks really cool for a core set.
It really does. Yeah.
Very exciting.
M19, little dry.
Yeah.
A little bit like a saltine.
I didn't even remember it existed. If you recall, a few episodes ago, I was
Magic
you literally Origins
forget.
Was the last core set I remember.
Yeah.
So now
it's fine.
I mean, it was a core set, but this one looks like they've put an extra oomph into it.
Yes.
Like much like a burrito.
Oh, I was going to say like volumizing hair product.
Oh, yeah. Very good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Something I obviously know so much about.
We're also going to get you ready for your M20 pre-release.
Yes, with a little sealed brush up. We are also going to have Judge Rob in next week.
Yeah,
to give us the real rundown.
If you can't wait, or you just need like an extra little help out, or you want to show your friends this episode or something, if they're new to the game, because Core Set's great for bringing somebody new into the game. You can show them this, and they just maybe help them a little bit build their seal pool.
And then during this intro, they'll be like, "Why are we listening to this?"
You're free to skip ahead.
This is not informative.
You can skip right ahead.
But
that's fine.
Maybe they'll find us charming.
Maybe they'll like it. I don't know. Anyway, before we do any of that, big thank you to everyone who supports us on patreon.com/GLHF Magic.
That's right. If you're a supporter of this show, it means so much to us. You are literally keeping the show happening.
Yeah, it could not happen without your support.
No.
And if you think, my $5 a month isn't going to do anything.
At first I thought you were saying, like, oh my dollar, like, oh my gosh.
If you're like, oh my dollar. If you're wondering why Meg and I are a little punchy, we both just got off flights.
Yes.
And basically came almost straight into the office to record our episodes this week.
Oh my dollar.
Oh my dollar.
I'm tired.
It really goes a lot further than you think it does.
Absolutely. It does.
Every little bit helps, and everybody who helps is so greatly appreciated. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much to everybody who's joined since the last episode, who's been a supporter for a long time. And if it's something you've been considering, please make this the month that you say, hey, you know what? I'm going to support the things that I love.
Yeah. Thank you also to our sponsor, Card Kingdom, cardkingdom.com/GLHF. They sent us this box of Modern Horizons, which we are going to crack for you this week.
I'm spanking it right now. Yeah, that's the sound of me spanking a box of Modern Horizons.
You can watch us unbox this beauty on Wednesday over on our YouTube channel.
I'm so excited.
So Card Kingdom, great place to get any Magic product, whether it's boxed stuff like this, sealed product, or singles, cards that you might need for events, tournaments coming up, anything like that. They're really wonderful. They just have A+ customer service. It's so good.
Only good comments about Card Kingdom is what I've seen on the internet. And if that doesn't tell you that they're great, quite frankly, I don't know what will.
That's true. Name one other thing that the internet only says nice stuff about. Cat memes. The end.
It's true. It's true. Let's take a look at some M20 preview cards.
Ooh. So M20 is now, it's really hitting the hay. Nope.
Hitting the hay. It's going to bed.
It's going to sleep. No, it's really coming at us. Just like this Night Pack Ambusher, which is a spooky wolf with glow eyes.
I feel like you need to talk about this card.
I like this little buddy.
It's cute.
This wolf is grr. Night Pack Ambusher, 2 green for a 4/4 flash. Other wolves and werewolves you control get +1/+1. Yeah, so watch out for this at your pre-release.
This is rare, but
you don't want to get got.
You will be sorry.
By this 4/4. At the beginning of your end step, if you didn't cast a spell this turn, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. Hot dang.
This card is excellent.
You didn't cast a spell, get wrecked.
You just get to make a 2/2. You have nothing else to do. Oh, I'm just going to make a 2/2.
So this calls back to the Werewolves of Innistrad, some of which had, I'm thinking specifically of Duskwatch Recruiter, which flips from a little human into a werewolf if no one casts a spell that turn.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So we're still thinking about good old-fashioned Innistrad here in M20.
Which is one of the cool things about these sets is that you get to see flavor from a lot of planes. Like Wolfkin Bond also looks very
Innistradian. With that, I was going to say tri-corner hat, but it is a quad corner hat.
It is a weird quad corner hat.
I'm a double diamond brim.
Not a big fan.
So a lot of people have tweeted at us the picture of Ferocious Pup.
Yes.
Which is 2 and a green for an 0/1. And when it enters the battlefield, you make a 2/2 green wolf.
Rawr.
And they're like, hey, cutest card, right? And I'm like, hold up. First of all, not all the cards have come out. Okay, I appreciate you that you care. But also, this card is so pushed. And remember, I have a problem with WotC pushing its cute cards on me.
Except that is not what happened with Modern Horizons.
No, it's
you
not.
just had to cave.
I caved on Modern Horizons big time. iKite is very cute.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. It's going to be in the running, everybody. But just hold your horses. Next week, it will be crowned.
Nay. Ooh, Omnath is back.
Yeah, hi, Omnath.
This is, I think, the 3rd iteration of Omnath that we have seen.
Is it? I don't remember.
I think it's at least 2. Omnath, Locus of the Royal.
What a name.
1 green, blue, red, legendary creature elemental, 3/3. When Omnath, Locus of the Royal, enters the battlefield, it deals damage to any target equal to the number of elementals you control.
Okay.
Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target elemental you control. If you control 8 or more lands, draw a card.
Something I like about this set for M22 is that it's kind of pushed towards theme decks a little bit, which is really cool. And this is wanting you, of course, to build an elemental deck, which I am all about, 100% in. And green and red are the elemental colors of this set, so that's pretty sweet. Megan, talk about your preview card.
Ooh, zombie. Rotting Regisaur.
This is so cool.
Okay, Rotting Regisaur is 2 and a black, just 3 mana for a zombie dinosaur.
It must be like a 2/3.
7/6.
What?
It is obviously a rare. It is a 7/6.
Unbelievable.
For 3 mana. But at the beginning of your upkeep, discard a card.
Question. Are you playing this?
Yeah.
I think this card is dumb.
In limited?
Wow.
Yes, absolutely.
Is there like a pacifism type effect in this set? Maybe we don't know yet, but
there might be. But
beware.
Yes. Obviously, there can be a tremendous downside to this. But
the upside
is very high. Just hitting them with this once.
It's going to feel so nasty.
And the way that it's worded, you can't, it can't make you once your hand is empty, you will get to draw your card for turn.
Yeah.
It will not make you discard your card for turn once you are on an empty hand.
Oh, okay. At the beginning of your upkeep. So untap, upkeep,
then draw. Yeah. So at the beginning of your upkeep, then you'll still get your draw step. Which is, relevant. There's also Marauding Raptor. 1 and a red for a 2/3. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast.
Okay.
All right. But Once again, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Marauding Raptor deals 2 damage to it. If a dinosaur is dealt damage this way, Marauding Raptor gets +2/+0 until end of turn.
So this is playing off the enrage mechanic that dinosaurs had. So a lot of times they want to get hit in the face. 2 is a lot, though, I will say. And of course, this makes you go infinite with Polyraptor.
Yes, literally infinite.
So
literally forever.
You have
I don't know
zillion dinosaurs.
We'll have to ask Judge Rob what happens. Because like it can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
It just can't stop. You're right.
Neither of them is a May.
You're like, no, I don't want any more. I don't want any more. I've got 100,000.
It's like Polyraptor is like, I don't care.
I don't care. You're getting more.
More.
You're getting more 5/5s.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you looked at the art on this card next to it?
Yes.
I haven't
Fry. This is the best. This is the best art.
1 in a red. The spell can't be countered. Instant. Fry deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker that's white or blue.
I love it.
It's just a
Pair of bird feet.
Bird feet. And the bird has been smoked off. Has been flamed off. Has been poofed off.
Sorry, bird.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Oh, poor buddy.
I kind of want to mention the new Vivian that we get with this set.
Do you know what I don't want to talk about?
Sorin.
That's right.
I knew it.
Anyways.
Ooh, how about this Planeswalker though too?
Yeah. So we can touch on all of these.
Okay.
Except Sorin, who's dumb and bad.
But I want to make a vampire deck.
No, he's bad. He bad.
Mu Yang Ling.
Yes, Sky Dancer. 1 blue. 2 loyalty, +2 until your next turn up to 1 target creature gets -2/-0 and loses flying.
Okay.
-3, create a 4/4 blue elemental bird creature token with flying.
Okay, so you can't do that the turn she comes down, but you can the next turn.
-8, you get an emblem with islands you control, have tap, draw a card. Ooh, love it.
Wow, that's a sick emblem.
Great. Oh, yeah.
Just drawing 1,000 cards with all of your lands.
Oh.
Comes in with 2 loyalty.
That's one of the lowest loyalty counts we've ever seen.
Yeah, so wow.
But pretty cool.
It is a really cool card. Of course, the plus helps protect her, which is something we always look for on Planeswalkers. -3 is really good.
It's like very good. Just make a 4/4.
Make a 4/4 flyer.
Dang.
And the ultimate is just straight awesome.
Yeah. Pretty sweet. There is a pacifism.
Okay, there is literally pacifism.
Pacifism, which if you are one of the people that a friend pointed you to this,
yes,
you're like, what am I going to get out of this? Pacifism effects mean that the creature stays on the battlefield, but it cannot attack or block, so it's useless.
Just sitting there.
In this case, this is the classic pacifism.
Yeah.
From which all pacifisms get their name. 1 in a white. Enchanted creature can't attack or block.
Yeah. Take it right out of commission.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we can. Fine.
Oh, you want to mention Sorin?
I mean, I just want to see what he does, even though he's dumb and bad.
Sorin, Imperious Bloodlord.
Sorin, why isn't he dead?
I mean, I don't know the answer to that. Or still stuck in a rock. We have to ask Greg. How did he get
out of the rock? Yeah, we should.
Amateur Pro Greg said he read the Magic story.
Ooh, and book. Maybe it talks about how Sorin got out of the rock?
I mean, it should, shouldn't it?
It should. If he just shows up and he's like, surprise, not in the rock anymore.
I'm out of my rock. Yeah.
I will be wildly upset.
He costs 2 and a black, 4 loyalty, +1. Target creature you control gains death touch and lifelink until end of turn. If it's a vampire, put a +1/+1 counter on it.
Okay.
-1. You may sacrifice a vampire. When you do, Sorin deals 3 damage to any target and you gain 3 life.
Nice.
Okay, that's pretty good. So you need some fodder for Sorin here. -3. You may put a vampire creature card from your hand onto the battlefield.
So you can activate any of these 3 abilities right away.
Wow.
So he's only 3 mana and already has 4 loyalty when he comes down.
Good. That's
which
very
is
good.
wild. But you do need to have other vampires going on. He's only good.
Now I'm like, what vampire could I put out? I could put out Vona, Butcher of Meghan.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
That'd be a fun one to put out.
The one that draws Champion of Dusk. Although you'd have to have other, like if you played a 1-drop vamp and then a 2-drop vamp.
Right.
And then this and then play that.
That's a pretty good turn.
Just draw 3 cards.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm a little sad that Ixalan will be going away that has lots of our vampire friends in it
in
the fall, but I did love my standard vampire deck that was like tier 3 or whatever, but it was very fun. I love like tribal decks once again.
Yeah.
What is this?
That's fine. Yarok the Desecrated.
The art is so creepy.
Yeah, 2 black, green, blue for an elemental horror. It's a 3/5 Death Touch lifelink. That's great.
Okay.
If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time.
Okay, bored.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bored. All right, well, that's pretty cool. Go find a Viv.
Yeah, let's find Viv. Ooh, the Theros lands are back.
Oh, yes.
Temple of Triumph, Temple of Mystery, Silence, Malady, and Epiphany.
No, I think you mean Milady.
Malady.
Temple of Milady.
Malady.
So what is this? This is
Epiphany.
What does this say to you, Megan? These Theros lands coming back.
Are we going back to Theros?
I just saw these and I was like, how are we not going back to Theros if we're seeing these? And
which also plays into what we're about to say about Viv when we look at her and some other cards. They're like Reiter der Dornen, which is Cavalier of Thorns in English.
Reiter der
is
Dornen.
2 green. Like these multiple
green.
Yeah. So many mana symbols in these casting costs.
Why would that make you think
Makes us think Theros because of devotion.
Devotion.
Yeah. And then we have this one that you're looking at, which is the Vivian. But so we think we talked about this a little bit on the upkeep. I think that the coming fall set is on a new plane.
Yeah.
But what if after that it's Theros?
It could be. I mean, look at all these devotion
I would
mana
be
costs.
so happy.
These Theros lands are happening. There's
We
art in M20 from Theros.
Theros.
We love Theros.
We love Theros. I would be so happy to go back. A land inspired by Greek mythology.
Yes, it's beautiful. Enchantments matter.
Gorgeous art.
The
There's
borders
gods.
are great.
We could maybe find out what happened to Elspeth.
Oh, that'd be
Who
awesome.
died slaying Xenagos.
Is the Wanderer? Just
yeah,
kidding.
might be.
Heroic could
be.
come back. I loved Heroic.
It
as
was
a mechanic.
great. I loved Theros.
Vivian,
Anyways.
by the way, is 1 green for loyalty. Good rate there. +1, just you get to put 2+1/+1 counters on 2 target creatures, and they get trampled into end of turn. So it's just strictly better a Johnny plus.
Nice.
Basically.
Yeah.
-3, target creature you control bites or deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker.
Oh, spicy.
Which is pretty cool. And -5, you can choose a creature card you own from outside the game, reveal it, and put it into your hand.
Sick.
Meaning your sideboard. You can't go get whatever you want
Yeah.
from your room.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually don't know why it doesn't just say sideboard.
I think like a sideboard feels weird.
Outside of the game feels weird.
That also feels weird. I think it also means exile, doesn't it? If something was exiled,
I don't
you
know.
can go and get it. I think so.
Let's ask Rob.
Yeah, we'll have to ask Rob next week.
He'll be here.
Judge Rob will tell us all about it. I'm just saying, look at this Hydra 3 green. Right now that has its Scryfall name, Legendary Hydration.
Great name.
Great name. And then this one, which is Rainy Night. Another one of my
2
favorites.
blue.
Yeah.
A 5/5 flyer for whoa.
Oh yeah, 2
For
blue,
5.
blue. Elemental Knight. Yeah, 5/5 flying. When enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards and put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. When it dies, shuffle it into its owner's library, then scry 2.
What if you just drew it again the next turn?
Beautiful.
That'd be so good.
Beautiful.
Take a look at this artifact really quick here.
Which one?
Colossus Hammer. I just love this card. It's very silly. And
I love this art.
1 mana for this artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +10/+10 and loses flying.
Obviously, a bird can't carry this giant hammer. Equip 8.
I love it. Somebody did find a turn 2 kill
With this?
with this.
Ooh.
Or was it a turn 3? It might have been turn 2. But yeah, definitely turn 2, because turn 1 you just play your 1/1 like a Glistener Elf or something like that. And then there's a card that lets you just play an equipment from your hand and then attach it. Yeah.
Oh, I hope we get to see that, in the land of modern, maybe.
Yeah, so it could be Glistener Elf or the 1/1 that gets double strike if it's equipped, I believe, for 1 mana.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are some of the cards that we're super excited about.
Yeah, this set looks awesome. As we said, core sets are not known for being like splashy places for really cool stuff, but I've got to hand it to R&D. Everybody has been saying it looks great. I'm super excited to see it play out.
Yeah.
And we will be pre-releasing July 4th weekend and seeing what we can make with these awesome cards. everybody. We have a really exciting segment on the show for you right now. Megan and I have actually never on the show for any great length of time talked about the Lady Planeswalkers Society.
That's right. But we have our own expert here today.
That's right.
Which is the founder of the Twin Cities chapter of the Lady Planeswalker Society, Erin Yaritz. Welcome.
Well, thank you. I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, we never really have talked about the LPS very much, but it's so important to so many people around the country, and it could be even bigger than it is now.
Oh,
so
definitely.
we wanted to give it a little bit of a boost and talk about it.
Like, I can't even believe that the Twin Cities didn't have a chapter until you started it.
And I know that there was a chapter that had started, but it's tough. You have to have your time, you have to have some kind of funding, and you have to have people that regularly come too. So setting up like a set schedule was a big thing that I really wanted to make sure that we did so that people could plan around it and didn't have to feel like they had to come to every single meeting to keep things going.
Well, let's start at the base level. What is the Lady Planeswalker Society, and why should people care?
So why people should care, to have a safe space to learn the game and feel like you can relate to the people that you're playing with, and just to feel comfortable in your skin there. And that's something that I've heard from people that come to our meetings, that it's just really nice to feel like you're included, and it's been great to make so many friends.
So if I'm just like looking under the dictionary definition of Lady Planeswalker Society, is it like a play group? Is it a hangout time? Is it something... I'm just going to let you do it.
Are there snacks?
Are there snacks?
Unfortunately, we haven't had snacks yet. I guess
Yet.
we actually did have a party where it was a potluck, and that was a great time, just kind of casual, but it's really about coming together, and we do drafts. We have done mostly Commander, because it's easy to jump in, and I have a bunch of pre-cons that I lend out to people that don't have decks just to get them into the format. And I'd really like to start doing some standard events, but it's tough. I don't have a standard deck in paper because, money.
That's fair.
We get it.
Fair. So there's chapters all over the U.S. Is it worldwide as well? Do you know?
I have heard that it's worldwide. I am not completely sure on the number, but I know that it was set up in Washington, right in Card Kingdom is where they started the meetings.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And that's always a place that I wanted to go to. But just having a place in the Twin Cities, I know there is a chapter in Duluth too. So anybody can start a chapter. It's really, really easy. You just go on their website and they have a list of the things that you can do to get things started. And they also have their labels that you can just download and make whatever you want out of them. Thought about making play mats, so.
Nice. We have some sick shirts
Yes.
on right now.
These shirts are great.
Which I love.
So if you're in your community and you're thinking, oh, I wish I could find a place with more women to play or get more women involved in the game, or female identified gamers or non-binary people, maybe I could start my own chapter, and this is something that you could totally do.
Oh, definitely. It really helps when you have a game store that you are familiar with and you can talk to the staff, because they can be really, really supportive, and just to be able to communicate to others too and spread the word about it. That's important, because I know you don't always see a lot of women when you go into a game store, so you kind of have to gather them up from everywhere else. So it's been really nice. We have about 80 members now, and
Wow, that's awesome.
yeah, it's been steadily growing, and we've been around since October.
Wow, only
Impressive.
since October. That's
Yeah.
really, really cool.
I mean,
to have
I've been
that many
around
members.
since longer than October, and I don't have 80 members. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, everybody should.
Yeah, and I think it's so cool because, like, I always knew, right? Like, we go to pre-releases or we go to, like, the PPTQs back when that was part of the system, and you see, a handful of women at those events. But I never would have known that there were 80 players out there, like, in this area.
Yeah, and it's funny because there was a study back in 2015. Mark Rosewater came out with 38% of Magic players are women, but in the competitive side of things, it's like 1% to 2% that are actually competing in GPs and that kind of thing. And it's been cool to see with Arena, there's been more exposure for people, but it's something that we need to balance out a little bit, I feel. And that's just something I've been really passionate about, just showing other women that you can get into this. There's not a ton of barrier to entry. So just, yeah.
So talk about a little bit about why for you it was important to begin a chapter. And we were kind of chatting before we started rolling on the show about the emotional toll it can kind of take on you. The effort of just even walking into a game store can be intimidating.
Yeah, any time you're in a place where you don't feel like you see people like you that are represented, it can make you pretty nervous. And I definitely had that experience walking into my first F&M and looking around me like, oh man, I'm the only one here. And it's just really valuable to be able to look around and see more people like you. Like at the GP in Minneapolis last year, it was nice to be able to be like, oh, there's 10 of us here. So it's just something that I really feel like could get better. I know that a lot of people are very inclusive, and it's not like there's people saying, no, you can't do this that I've experienced, but it can be intimidating, I guess, to just feel like you know enough to get into the game.
So removing those barriers that we can remove is always helpful. So my question is, if somebody is interested in either starting a chapter or finding one wherever they live, how can they do it?
Well, going to the Facebook page of the national organization, it's called the Lady Planeswalkers Society Hub. They also have a website that you can go to, and joining the Facebook group was so valuable to me, just to find so many people all around the country, and you could just talk about Magic, and you don't have to feel weird, because I have definitely scared away a lot of my friends trying to teach them the game.
Yep.
So yeah, you just go onto their Facebook page. They have it all laid out for you, how you can start up a chapter yourself. And it's really not as hard as it seems. As soon as you start doing meetings, more people are going to tell their friends, and then it just picks up. And yeah, just to have it grow so quickly has been such a blessing. Like, I can't believe it. And I've made so many friends.
Can you tell me a little bit about, like, say I walk into my first Lady Planeswalkers Society meeting, like, what's my day going to be like? What's my experience going to be like?
So we usually have a table set up that's reserved for us, the LGS that we go to. Can I say it?
Yeah, of course.
At Lodestone Coffee and Games. They are so great there, and they'll always reserve a table for us. And it's usually around 6 to 8 members that can make it out, and we'll just set up a draft pod, or we'll start up some commander games. If there are 8 people, we'll split it up, and then we kind of rotate around so everybody can get a feel and share their decks with everybody else, because that's like one of the most fun things about Commander, and just like, look at this flavor.
You even brought a squirrel deck for me to look at.
I did.
So I'm already sold. Awesome.
Yeah, you got to represent the squirrels. They're the best animal out there.
I
know
agree.
how to set a Maria trap now. Full squirrel deck in there.
Yep.
And then I just
It's a
kind of
classic-
wander in.
It's a classic box and stick, and underneath is the squirrel deck. You just,
Hey, come on over here.
There's a piece of beef jerky in there, and all of a sudden my foot's locked up.
Yep.
And
Yep.
oh, you got me again.
Well, now you're going to play some Magic here.
What does it feel like to you to know that this thing has been created with your help, and that there's all of these people around the world essentially gathering together to make this an important thing that they're working on?
It feels great. Like, I feel like even in just the year and a half that I've been playing in game stores, I've seen such a difference in the receptivity and the attitude toward inclusiveness. Lodestone does a great job with making everybody feel welcome. They do not tolerate any kind of hate speech or derogatory terms toward others. So that's been great. And other game stores around the Twin Cities have been awesome too. Everybody's excited about it. I haven't heard one negative thing that anybody's said, like, oh, that shouldn't be happening. But yeah, it's great to see around the world that people can come together, because this is the best game I have ever played, and I think that exists in the world.
I think you're right. You're definitely right. And it's nice to know too that this might be a resource, even if you're not interested in, attending meetings or starting a chapter, that you can still go to the Facebook group and say, hey, this is something that maybe I've been having trouble with at my local game store, and people will be there to help you out.
Oh, definitely. Just to be able to relate to people through your stories and knowing like that isn't something that should always happen, because there have been a lot of discussions about some sexism and that kind of thing, and it's not always right there in your face. It can be kind of insular and just under the surface of things where people might not even be conscious that they're doing it, but just changing the environment of what's acceptable really makes things more welcoming to people that might feel like they're on the outside.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Erin, for coming in and telling us about Lady Planeswalkers Society, specifically Twin Cities chapter. If you want to know more, you can find them on Facebook. They've got a website.
Yeah, we would love to get more members and make some more friends.
Yeah, and thank you again for relaunching this Twin Cities chapter. Like I said, I can't believe that it wasn't around before, so we so value the work that you're doing.
Well, obviously a lot of people are into it and want to keep coming, so we're gonna stick around for a long time.
And when I come, will bring snacks.
Nice. That's something we need.
All right, before we get going, we're going to give you a couple of sealed basics. So for those of you who might be heading out to your first pre-release or your first sealed event, or if you just have not played one in a while.
Yeah.
Here's some brush ups.
Here's some brush ups for you. The first thing I'm going to say is don't be afraid. Go into your pre-release. It's a super casual environment. There's judges there. If you have a question, you can call for a judge. You can even ask your opponent, hey, how do you think this card works? Or you can talk stuff over. I am a fan of takesies backsies at pre-releases because not everybody knows how their cards work. And it's totally cool. Everyone's in the same boat as you. So just go and have a good time.
Yeah. Here is my big one that I feel like is very easy to overlook in sealed.
Great.
If you have removal in your hand, but you also have a creature that could trade with a creature that your opponent has on the battlefield, wait with your removal. I think I see people very often. It's like, even if that creature is going to hit you once or twice, it's like a 3/3 and you're like, oh, I'm going to take 6 damage, so I should kill it. Just trade creature for creature where you can. Save that removal for stuff that your creatures cannot get.
Yeah, that's a great point, because in sealed, one of the tips people often talk about is, well, how do I start to build my deck? You should think about your bombs. Sealed is known as a bomb heavy format, meaning your most powerful cards are often what you want to play.
Yeah.
Because games go longer than games of draft, or even sometimes games of standard. You're playing mono red or whatever. And so bombs are super important. And like Megan said, save your removal to deal with stuff that your creatures just can't kill on the ground, because
Bombs
there's going to be a 5/5 flyer coming at you.
Bombs could be huge evasive creatures. Maybe they have menace. Maybe they have flying.
Yeah.
Maybe they're like the knight that we mentioned earlier, the blue one that could potentially come back.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just so big that your creatures can't deal with them. It's a 7/6 dino.
Yeah.
That you just are afraid to double block and try and deal with. Save your removal for that stuff. Also, pack in all your removal, all the removal that you can.
Yeah.
And
so
without
important.
stretching your colors too much. Play as much of it as possible. Prioritize colors that have a lot of it.
So you're going to sit down, you're going to crack open 6 packs of M20 to build your deck from. And what's going to happen is we generally sort by color. So we just lay them all out by their colors, multicolor in a pile, red, green, blue, white, black, and then any artifacts or anything like that, and some special lands. That'll help you see how much you have of every color, because you definitely need to hit that critical mass when you're building your deck. So even if some of your biggest bombs are in white, you sometimes just can't play it because you don't have enough cards of that color.
It has to have enough support. One of the things that I like to do is say all of my best cards are in white.
Yeah.
I'll lay them out in curve. So that means sorted by converted mana cost in ascending order. And then I'm going to look at, if I really want to play this color, what does it need?
Yeah.
Maybe.
What am I missing?
Exactly. Am I short on, maybe it has some really big 6 mana costs CMC, really big, great creatures.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have 2 and 3 drops to help me survive that long. Maybe it has great creatures all along the curve, but it doesn't have any removal. Then I can prioritize what I'm looking at in my other colors to say, oh, I need to look for a support color that has great removal or has some early drops to support me into the late game.
Something that I've been thinking about in Sealed 2 is something that actually Reed Duke was harping on when we were talking about Modern Horizons the other weekend in DC, saying a lot of times you end up in a board stall, which in Sealed that has a tendency to happen because people are playing their biggest, best creatures. And a lot of times maybe it's just a bunch of green fatties and they're sitting there on the table and they're both staring at each other. But what your deck should plan for is how to get through, how to break through these moments, because you could have a bunch of little 2/2s and some 3/3s, which are very important, but you also need to have some way to close out the game.
Yeah.
And so think about it when you're building your deck. Ask yourself the question, how does my deck win? And that could be through having flyers, having some kind of evasion like Meghan said, or it could be perhaps you get lucky and you open some synergistic elements that work well together. Maybe Soren has some vampire friends.
Yeah.
For instance.
It could also be stuff like when we say bombs, we talked a lot about creatures.
Yeah.
But it could be anything that gains you a lot of card advantage long term.
Sure.
Some of the best stuff historically has been if it's a removal spell that can hit multiple creatures.
Oh, yeah.
If you have one removal spell that can take out their 2 best creatures, that's a bomb because that's going to put you so far ahead when you can just take both of those things out of the equation.
The old 2-for-1.
Yeah. Something that's just going to gain you a lot of card advantage over time. If you have a card that over the course of the game is going to draw you 3-4 more cards than your opponent, that's just
so
a way
valuable.
You're going to cast more creatures than them. You're going to cast more removal than them just by virtue of the fact that you're drawing more cards.
And keep in mind the colors that you're building with your deck as well. And ask yourself, splashing is a thing in Sealed because, as we said, it is a slower format. And so sometimes if you have a bomb that only requires, we went through some of these cards and a lot of them have triple, colored mana cost. But if it, say, it only requires 1 white and you're playing blue and green and you're like, oh, this card is so good, I want to put it in. That's usually probably fine to stretch your mana that far.
Especially if you're looking at something where you're like, oh, none of my colors, say I have no removal except I have 2 pacifisms in white.
Yeah.
But I can't play white because I don't have any other really solid cards in that color. Then you can splash for removal.
Yeah, I think that's a good note, but be very wary of stretching it too far and getting too greedy and playing 5 colors with absolutely no mana fixing, which means lands or other cards that will help you tap for the colors that you need, because you'll just lose to your own mana.
Yeah, if you don't have a way to fix your mana, I'm suspicious already of 3 colors.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do it if I have 2 pacifism
It's true.
though, and I have no other removal.
It's true, but as far as your mindset, you can do it, but be suspicious. You can do it, but be suspicious. There are dual lands in this format, though. And if you have the dual lands to do it, go for it.
I always take that approach of being suspicious of anything that I build in Magic.
Yeah.
Is this
a healthy dose of skepticism is good all around.
Yeah. But of course, creatures, great. Removal, great. These are the things that are great in Magic, and they are going to be great in your M20 deck. Because even though the set is really cool, it still is a straightforward sealed environment. And those are the best things that you could ever want. Make sure your cards affect the board, which means, are you doing something?
Don't put a fog in your deck. Don't do it.
Never do it.
Don't do it.
A fog is a terrible card that just says prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn.
If there is a card that says prevent the combat damage that would be dealt this turn, you're going to be like, oh, they'll attack me once and I can fog it. Guess what? Now it's useless. Yeah. And also that was one scenario where it was good.
Yeah.
You would be better with a 2/2.
Like, oh, this creature is doing something. It's adding to my board and my attack force. This removal spell is doing something. It's getting rid of one of my opponent's creatures.
Get it out.
And if you look at a card and you're asking yourself, how does this card affect the board? And if your answer is it doesn't, you really need a good reason to put it in your deck. Okay?
Okay.
So that's a card let me think of an example. I can't think of one from this set, but I mean a card that would say regenerate your creature in combat.
Yeah.
What is that doing? Well, not affecting the board.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, there are decks that want combat tricks.
True.
But it should, it should be something that's helping your creature trade up.
Yeah.
Or not trade, but, defeat
Make
something
a profitable
bigger.
block.
Exactly.
Potentially.
Or a profitable attack.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So there you go. That's just some basics of how to play Sealed. We've done a lot of episodes on it. So if you want more, you can always go to our website, goodluckhighfive.com, take a look and search for Sealed, and you'll find some more tips in there. And you know what? Just don't be intimidated. Like, you could build the jankiest, most terrible deck ever, and it's okay because you can freely change your cards every single round and build entirely different deck for round 2 if you want.
Yeah, at the pre-release, it is casual, so that is completely acceptable. Get some input from some friends.
Yeah.
If anyone gives you unsolicited input, you can tell them you can accept it, or you can also tell them like, hey,
no, thank you.
This.
I'm good. Yeah, exactly. But everybody have fun. Like we said, next week, Judge Rob will be here with more tips for M20. So don't miss that episode.
Hey everyone, we have a surprise guest.
It was a surprise to us.
It was a surprise to us.
To be fair, it was a surprise to me too. I did not know you were recording today.
Well, welcome, Rookie of the Year, Sam Ihlenfeldt.
Friend of GP winner Matt Sicking Johnson,
Yes.
Sam Ihlenfeldt.
I think being Matt's friend is a bigger achievement than anything I've ever accomplished in life.
Okay, before we get started, I had an important question, which is that we've always seen hot dogs with their faces drawn on.
Like, this is something we've seen all the time.
Look, you've seen a picture of a hot dog with a face drawn on it, okay?
Yeah.
You have.
Okay.
But we've always seen it as like the hot dog is lengthwise and its face is at the top.
It's just on there.
Here's my proposal to you. What if instead a hot dog's face is you are holding it and then like the circle end has a face? So
And
that if you were looking at it from the end of a hot dog bun,
you would see the face. And my question to this question was, so that does that mean if I cut the hot dog that the face will continue all the way down the hot dog?
The face goes all the way through.
So that means then there are
horrifying.
now 2 faces. You cut it in half.
Oh, if you
and
cut
now
it in
there
half,
are
there's a
2
face
faces.
on the
and
other
then is
side.
it 2 different hot dogs?
Now it's 2 different hot dog people.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
If
disturbing.
you-
That begs questions
Yeah.
about what happens as it goes into your body. Is it just lots of little hot dogs
Wow,
screaming
it
in
is.
pain as you digest them?
Or
Yeah.
just one hot dog as you chop off its legs with your teeth.
Well,
Ostensibly.
Sam was here, in fact, to crack a pack of Modern Horizons with us.
Hello.
So, Sam, how much Modern Horizons have you played?
A little too much.
And what does that mean?
Like 2 draft leagues and maybe a sealed league nearly every single day since it released. on
Okay,
Moto.
so you're an
That is a
expert.
lot.
No, I'm pretty bad at it.
Well, we're all bad at it. This set is very hard.
I'm no Matt Sicking Johnson.
None of us are.
No, we're not.
None of us are.
But here's the thing, even the best pros are saying this set is one of the hardest sets that they've ever seen
Ooh.
in their history of their lives, and also one of the best to play limited.
Yeah, that's why I love it. There's a reason I keep playing it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to crack this open. And you two are going to play a guessing game.
Okay.
I'm going to give you clues, and whoever can guess the card first,
Oh boy.
wins or whatever.
So I was studying this set to prep for GPDC a
Ooh,
couple
we have
weeks
a
ago.
shapeshifter foil token.
Beautiful.
That's
Yeah.
pretty.
Look, we have a Seb McCann. Oh, wait, no, this is the Nils Ham.
Yeah, that one is also
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's beautiful.
Everdream.
Gorgeous art. Love that.
Haven't made it work in limited yet.
Okay.
I've done it one time. I felt like winning. Splicing that onto Arcane.
Can we make the rare the last one? I really want the
Yeah.
excitement of knowing whether or not I made the big bucks or not.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Here's my first one for you. It's very dumb, but
Okay.
I am like Antarctica. What am I?
You are Ice Golem.
No.
You are a snow island.
Yes, I am.
I should have known.
So I said that one was just very, very,
Okay,
very
I'm gonna mark
dumb.
down the score for. You can play along at home. Sam is 1 and I am 0.
Yeah. I am a little buzzard who.
Buzzard.
I am a little buzzard who once liked a dragon. Who once had a dragon friend.
A buzzard who once had a dragon friend?
Yes.
I want to say the snow owl in the set, but Blizzard Strix, but
No.
that didn't have a dragon friend.
There is a buzzard. I don't know where the dragon friend is. Maybe it's the art. It's the one that exploits.
Yes, you are on the right track.
Oh, Silumgar Scavenger.
Yes.
Yay.
Silumgar.
Silumgar.
I'm Dragon
Silumgar
Lord
is the
Silumgar.
I'm going to give us each a half point for that.
Okay, here's my next one.
Okay.
Oh wait, I just forgot my
Your clue.
I just forgot my clue. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that one.
Do you like Silumgar Scavenger, by the way?
I've had decks where it's been really good, and I've had decks where it's been abysmal. But Matt had 2 of them in his one of his decks that went 3-0-6-0, and
Oh, okay.
it
Well,
was great for him.
I'm another name for a funhouse mirror. What am I?
what? A name for a and now I'm like, is there anything with glass in the title, or a funhouse mirror?
Arcane Astrolabe.
No.
That was also the thing that I was thinking of.
Or what you might
Arkham's
see
Astrolabe.
in a funhouse mirror.
Oh.
This is what you might call
Twisted
it.
Reflection.
Yeah, you got it.
That's pretty good.
You
Excited. We're
got it.
all tied up at 1.5 each.
Classic 1.5 each.
1.5 each.
Ooh. I'm fighting my own ghost. What am I?
Settle beyond reality.
Yeah.
Good job.
Wow.
That card
Nice.
is very good.
Real nice.
One of the few unconditional removal spells in the format.
And the number of cards where you can blink something for value is very high.
Accurate.
Yeah. I have hands coming out of my beard. What am I?
Sick. No, you're a big bucket of nope. That's what you are. Hands coming out of your beard?
Yep.
Is this just the art?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, obviously.
No, it's the
there's
flavor.
not a flavor of a card.
I didn't know if it was like a metaphor, for reach or something.
No.
But now I have to think of who is a face in the set.
My friend's,
are no faces.
My friend's
That's why it's so
beard looks
confusing.
like melted candle wax.
Oh, it's a irregular cohort.
No.
No.
It's a stream of thought.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Nice.
That card I have never played and is quite bad, I would imagine. It's a mill card.
I have played it to
Really?
great success. No, one of my favorite matches in
replicates.
this game, and Magic Online chat is still a thing occasionally.
Yeah.
We spent the match nearly went to time because we both had 4 stream of thoughts in our deck.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
So it was a race to see who could mill the other person's stream of thoughts first.
Another banger by Seb McKinnon, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Just nonstop bangers from this gentleman. So single blue, target player puts the top 4 cards of the library into the graveyard and then shuffle 4 cards from your graveyard into your library, replicate 2 blue. When you cast a spell, copy it for each time you paid its replicate cost, and you can choose new targets. Wow, okay, well, that's certainly a thing.
All right.
Okay.
I'm a cat, or am I?
Oh,
Changeling of the 6th Pride.
Not quite.
Shapeshifter
you're close
of
enough.
the 6th Pride.
It's imposter of the 6th
Yeah,
pride, but I'm going to give it
that's
to you.
true, yeah.
because
Let's have half a point. I feel like we both get half a point for
half a
this
point,
one.
half a point.
All right.
We're still tied at 2. No, we're tied at 3 each. So we have 2 halves.
I'm what will never happen for the dodo bird.
Oh. Return from extinction?
Oh, that was dark.
Wow. That gets back 1 creature from the graveyard and then 2 if they're the same type, right?
Yes.
Nailed it.
All of my friends get +2/+0. Who am I?
I feel like I should know these.
Claws. Volatile claws?
No.
Volcanic claws.
Me and all my friends get
Oh.
+2/+0.
You and all your friends. Oh, the cat. The cat lord.
Nope.
That
Yeah.
doesn't, not himself.
No.
Oh yeah, you're right. Me and all my, because Etchings of the Chosen is only +1/+1.
I can
Me
think of.
and all my friends. All my friends who are just like me.
Gosh,
Me and my friends are all the same.
I don't know.
And I say we all get +2/+0.
I don't know.
Should I know this?
Cleaving sliver.
Oh! Cards that
Yeah.
we have probably
Yeah.
never drafted.
Cleaving sliver. Okay, that's 1 point for Megan.
Ichabod Crane is very afraid of me.
Ooh,
Who am I?
Headless Spectre.
Yes.
good one. Good one.
That was a literary reference.
Yes,
Good
it
job, Sam.
was.
I was gonna say the Pumpkin Man, who's not in this set. By the way, Sam, if you're watching the video, Sam is sitting on an exercise ball. He's not normally this small.
Yeah, he's
That's a
very
lie.
short.
They're trying to be nice to me, but I lead a very difficult life.
I'm a little coin that could kill cats.
A coin that could kill cats? A coin?
Why are we killing cats?
Well, cats could be anything if you're a shapeshifter.
What if it's about the musical Cats?
So like they're not getting enough money, and so their run is canceled on Broadway.
That's
the
definitely-
kind that could kill cats. I don't know.
Talisman of Curiosity.
Oh,
I did a bad job with that
I was
one.
thinking
But
about
I
the talisman,
think
but I
that
didn't.
was very smart.
I did not go deep enough. Talisman of Curiosity. I had a cat named
global
Curiosity.
warming is helping us realize and discover a whole bunch of new things.
Ooh.
When all the
thin
ice melts.
ice.
Oh, yeah, on thin ice. Is that
No.
it? That would have been the rare, though.
Yeah, true.
Winter's Rest.
Nope. You all of the ice will melt and you'll discover 6 things.
Oh,
Glacial Revelation.
Yeah.
there we go. Glacial Revelation.
Some of these ones are boring. Spinehorn Minotaur. Twin Silk Spider. Okay. I'm what every ninja should be able to do.
Oh,
Find the throat. Throat seeker.
No.
that's what every vampire
Infiltrate
should be able to do.
ingeniously.
I mean, yes.
Ingenious infiltrator.
Because they are a
Ingenious infiltrator.
a ninja
Well, I
because
walked
they're
into
a
that one.
ninja. Because they're
I can't be blocked because
a phantom ninja.
Yes. Okay, let me try and figure out a clue
Okay,
for
here's
this
our
one.
rare. So what's, by the way, what are you taking here, Sam, before we see our rare?
Oh, this is tricky.
I know there's some good options here.
Realistically, probably Snow Island, but that's just me. I love that card a lot.
Are you being for real right now?
I've started drafting Snow Islands higher than any other land.
Just
or
because you wanna draft the snow deck?
It's a high quality common. In the blue snow land is a high quality common.
Wow.
I think my top 3 drafted commons at this point are Snow Covered Island, Arkham's Astrolabe, and the Cancrix Angry Crab.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think that's the best deck, but it's also
Hard to
really
get it.
hard to get it.
Well, that's why you pack one, pick one. Your Snow Island. Wow. Incredible.
Okay, maybe you'll be able to cast some sorceries, but maybe not.
Collected Conjuring.
Yep.
Great work. Sam wins this battle at the points of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points to my 5 points.
Ooh,
Congratulations,
close
Sam.
battle. Nice work, both of
And
you.
what's the art?
This we said it's the
Oh,
Nils.
we did
Nils
see that.
Tom
Wow.
Everdream. Gorgeous. Beautiful.
Wow.
Lovely. Great. A+.
Well,
well, thank you for
thank you, Sam.
being part of the guessing game.
I don't want these cards. They're yours now.
No, we walked right into this trap.
Well, should have seen that one coming. All right.
The bulk trap. Hey everybody, you should really check out Ultra Pro for all of your magic accessory needs.
That's right. They have relic tokens right now that are so cute. Look at this Chandra. Look
me
at this
see.
Liliana.
Oh, they're like chibi planeswalkers.
Yes. They are super, super cute.
Megan, I'm going to show you this one and you're going to
okay.
freak out.
Okay.
Ready, set. Who is it?
Oh my god.
It's Mowu, the goodest
It's
boy.
Mowu, and it's a little Mowu.
If you've never seen these, they can
When
be
he's
used.
still little.
Oh yeah, he's not swole yet.
No.
They can be used to track your life total. There's little spin downs on them. They can be used to help you keep track of how many times you've cast your commander. There's a spin down in the upper right hand corner for that as well. They can also act as tokens.
Yeah.
They make birds or whatever, and you can change their power and toughness. There's a Tarmogoyf one if you need one of those.
Yeah, they also have the legendary collection right now, which we'll crack one of these.
Ooh, let's do
These
it.
are ones which are specifically for commanders.
Ooh, I'm excited. It's foil too.
Ooh, this is the enchantments one. Zur the Enchanter.
Cool.
Ooh, I know that there are people out there who have this sick enchanter deck. So it also has a counter up here for how many times you've cast it, so you know how to adjust your casting cost of it.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. And it goes up to 21. Or you can do your life total down here.
These are really
It's
neat.
pretty great.
You've probably seen them around, but you can
Yeah.
get them from Ultra Pro. They're really cool. They've got everything that you want. If you're interested in the Japanese Planeswalker art from War, they've got a lot of stuff with that on it too. And
Yeah. Doesn't even have these have
I know,
I
it
forgot
looks
that
like
these have like
legendary.
the cool legendary border on them.
yeah,
Sick.
if anything's going to
All
get me
right.
to play Commander, it's this right here.
Maria loves her swag.
I really do. But yeah, check out Ultra Pro anywhere cool Magic stuff is sold. And you can also find it at cardkingdom.com/GLHF. All right, everybody, that's this episode.
I forgot that we had to do the closing. I was checked out.
Megan's like, show's over. Time to go get some dinner. Yeah, that's this week's episode.
I already ate a slice of pizza not that long ago.
You did? What kind of pizza?
It was just like a classic cheese slice.
Classic cheese slice.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Well, I've got my eyes on some serious dinner action.
Yeah.
Or my mind, rather, because I can't see it.
Yeah.
Only my mind's eyes are on it.
Also,
What?
before we go,
Yeah.
serious up the tone of this.
Ooh, okay.
PSA, non-magic PSA. You have perhaps read or not read some of the reports that are coming out about the living conditions in the immigrant detention centers in the U.S. If you haven't read them already, I suggest going through and reading at least one. You don't have to subject yourself to more than that because they are very difficult reads about there being no room for people to sleep, there being completely people being not having access to bathing or even toilets,
basic healthcare,
toothbrushes and soap and stuff like that for days or even weeks at a time. So if you are wondering what you can do about that, there are lots of organizations that you can donate to. One that we donate to is RAICES, RAICES, which is a Texas nonprofit that does stuff like post bonds so that people can get out and claim their kids from migrant detention centers. And it also does different legal paperwork and stuff like that and legal advocacy for them. And then there's also places that you can pledge miles for other law organizations that are trying to send lawyers to the border. If you don't have money, but you have airline miles, you can pledge those, and you might have different activists or protest groups in your city coming up this weekend, so you can always look for those on Facebook or elsewhere.
Great message. Yeah, check that stuff out. Sometimes you got to use your magic podcast for more than just magic.
Exactly. You
and
really do.
This is one of those times.
Yes.
Thanks again to Erin Yaritz for coming in and talking to us about the Lady Planeswalkers Society. Like she said, check it out on Facebook or their website if you're interested in more information on that. Check out Mowu. I just saw him here. He's great. He's a great pupper.
Yeah.
Thanks to our Patreon sponsors, Card Kingdom and Ultra Pro. And next week, M20.
Judge Rob.
That's right.
All right.
Judge Rob.